Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 53. So, from burnout to balance, Amanda's journey to time, freedom, and purpose. And our guest today is Amanda J. So, she will be joining us in a few minutes, but before I bring her in, let me introduce her. Sorry, let me introduce myself. Hello everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. I also want to remind you that we have a live webinar every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST here in North America. So if you want to learn how to start your online business, all you have to do is just register into my website that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and I'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into my website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. And the second one, so you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you get there is for the replay of the live webinar. So if you cannot make it to the live webinar, you can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, I also want to invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, what are you going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to learn how our online business plan works. And also you get to listen from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from this past Thursday's live webinar. All right, so our host was Shannon. She's a retired wedding planner. And our first panelist is Crystal. She's a corporate job quitter. And then we have Tori, a teacher turned stay-at-home mom. We also have Cherie and Ashley. They're both sisters. And one of them is behavior specialist, and the other one is a retired athlete. We also have Julie. She's a waitress and server. And we have Rachel and Joy. They are SAHM and construction retire. And we have Flor de Lisa, a healthcare worker. And we have Chic, a stay-at-home mom. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all have something in common, and that is, they took that leap of faith to change their life and their family's life. So if you're catching this replay before next Tuesday's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. Okay, so now you know what to do. So if you want to learn how to start your online business, all you have to do is just register into my website that appears on the screen. Okay, so let's dive into our topic. So, like I mentioned, we are on episode 53, and our topic today is from burnout to balance. So, Amanda's journey to time, freedom, and purpose. And our guest is Amanda J. But before I bring her in, let me introduce her to you guys. So, I'm excited to introduce today's amazing guest, Amanda. She's originally from Sri Lanka, but she lives in Auckland, New Zealand, and works full time as an admin coordinator at a government hospital. Amanda is also a devoted wife and proud mom of 2 beautiful girls. And on top of her busy schedule, she's a thriving digital business owner and mentor, building a life of purpose, flexibility, and impact. Her story is a powerful reminder that it's possible to pursue your goals while balancing work and family. So get ready to be inspired with her story. So let's bring Amanda to this studio. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks for bringing me in today. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. So I know I did a little bit of introduction about you, but is there something else that you want to add to it besides what I shared?
Uh, no, I think you got it right. You introduced myself. Yeah, that was really, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I'm from Sri Lanka originally and now living in New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand. We moved to New Zealand like few years, like yeah, some time back. And I came here as a student with my family, and I did my higher studies in New Zealand, and then been working in several industries for a few years, and then now I'm settled in this government hospital as an admin coordinator, and also a proud business owner, as you said.
Thank you so much for your introduction. Okay, so let's dive in into the questions. Okay, so the first question for you, so Amanda, as a full-time admin coordinator in a government hospital, a wife and a mom of two girls, what was the moment of or realization that made you say, I need to create something different for myself and my family?
Yeah. So, so when we have a job, like full-time job, 9 to 5, and so the income, actually, if I talk about the income, that's the main thing, right? So to help out, like the family, and to um, build my kids' lives, the future, and everything. So the income is the most important part. So if you're working for someone, if you're working in a company or wherever you're working, and it's kind of, if it's limited, your income is limited, you are depending on a salary, obviously. So um, even though you want to do something more, like get something more, it's not easy unless you work long hours, and or maybe work in the weekend. But some jobs, like what I do, I don't have overtime hours or anything. I'm on a salary. I'm not on wages. So I have a fixed salary. So it's that's it. That's what I get. So to do something more, like even though I want to, like, it's not that I can manage with it. We can manage it with it, but sometimes, if, let's say, for an example, we want to go on a long holiday or something, so we have to, since my salary is this much, so we are kind of in a box that we have to limit things, like, you cannot go over the budget, and then after coming back, you'll be in trouble paying the rent and bills and everything, right?
Yes.
So because your income is limited to something. But when you have your own business, so it grows as you do, and it grows with you, like with what you do and how you do with your consistence and everything like that. So you have no limit to what you can earn with your own business. You give more, you can get more. That's what I believe. That's what happened, actually. So it's not like your 9 to 5 job, end of the month, end of the week, or like fortnight you get a fixed amount. This one, you can earn, like, you have a potential to earn a lot, and we see 5 figures, 6 figures. So we can see, like, if you already following the groups and our pages, so we share the earnings and stuff, so you can see there's a possibility that you can earn, I mean, that's with no limits. So I think when I it's not that I started straight away when I saw that. So I did research. I So when I saw that, so my mentors, my actually coach and mentor, both same. So when I saw her advertisement, I went into her page, and then the resources that she gave me, I went through that, and then I learned about it, and then I thought, oh, okay. So this is real. So there's a possibility that you can do within your space, like something to you, and then it's flexible. It doesn't have to, you don't have to be somewhere in a certain time, like 9 to 5 or whatever. Wherever you go, your business, you can carry your business in your phone. So it's easy. You don't even have to have a laptop. You can do everything with your phone. So the flexibility and the potential to earn as much as you can, like, that's obviously depend on your consistency, and but still you can do it. So I thought, yeah, I thought this is the best decision I can take, for the family and for myself as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And we do have a comment here from Justina Arawa Save. So thank you, Justina. She says watching from live from the
Great
UK.
Britain, yes.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, you mentioned about the financial. Yeah, that was one of the reasons, and I think a lot of people, we're in the same situation, like the financial part of it. Some people, because they're approaching the retirement and they don't have enough money for retirement. There's some people that already are in retirement and it's not enough to be able to retire, so they're taking they're doing this because that way they can build, and then you were talking about, you have girls, you're thinking about the future of them, like when they're going to go to university. That requires to have finance, money, to be able to do that. I also, you were mentioning about, like if you wanted to go and travel, you are budgeted, but how much you can spend, because you have to make sure that you have money, to be able to pay for the rent, the important thing. So yeah, so this business, online business will allow you to be able to build that, like you mentioned, this business has the potential to be scalable. So it has this scalability opportunity, option, because you start small, but it keeps growing and growing and growing. That's why we see, in our community, people making 5 figures, 6 figures per month, and we do have millionaires in our community. And just an example of that, I always say that because, when I started in 2023, we do have a Wednesday mastermind, which is a training that we have for the entire global online community. And it was called Wednesday Mastermind, but now it's called Millionaire Mastermind. And the reason why it's called Millionaire Mastermind is because we have more than one millionaires in our community. So that's why. So it has the potential to be able to make that financial stability that you are looking for. Um, so that's why, a lot of people, when they start, they're thinking about, making, like $500 extra or to 5,000 extra. But when they are inside, they realize that, the potential of the business is way more than they thought. So and that's that part of it. But you also get other things from this business, like benefits, like the mindset, all the knowledge and skills that you're getting. And I like that you say that you didn't join right away. You also did your research because you wanted to make sure that it was a legit business. It wasn't like a scam, because there's so many scams, online businesses out there. But it's good that you did your research and you didn't stay skeptical, because a lot of people, they stay skeptical and they don't give that opportunity for them to find out, if this business, is what they're looking for. um is the if it is the opportunity that might be changing their lives or not. So in order to find out, you really have to uh, go and get out of your comfort zone. Just go and do it, find out information, so you can find out, if this is legit or not. So like you did, you did your research, and you, like you say, you didn't do it right away. So you make sure that you find out everything until you were sure, and that's when you proceed to start your business. So thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people might relate to your story, because as being a parent, you want to make sure that you have money to provide, but at the same time you want to be able to be present for your kids, because you don't want to miss any milestone. And like I mentioned, it was hard to be able to take more jobs, because you're already having that one that you have a salary. So to find another one, that means that it will take time for you to spend and have that family time, and that's not what you want. You want to be able to be present for your kids. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's go to the second question. Okay, so second question for you. So many people think you need a huge following or tech experience to succeed online. What helped you overcome that fear and take your first step into digital entrepreneurship?
Okay. Um, yeah, actually, if first I was thinking, because I had only my personal Facebook account when I started, and that's also private, right? It's not public or anything. Or I haven't posted anything public. It's just limited to my friends list.
Mm.
So I was thinking, when I see people going on live and doing, not even live, like let's say doing a video, like talking about something, and I was thinking, am I able to do this? Because I haven't done that before, and I have like few friends, because in my Facebook account I have only people that only I know personally, so I
Mhm.
don't have like a huge friend list. I list less than 500, I think, but those are who are known, like I know personally and I've met personally. So I didn't have any of other that I don't know, like strangers or anything, or someone that I met online or anything. I didn't have any of them. So going beyond that point, posting public and everything like that. And then I thought, oh, maybe I was like, so we see the influencers that have huge following base, and we think they only can reach out and like reach people and um, just give something to the followers, like uh, but um, but then I realized all the people who's doing this job, this business, if you go back, so when I was going to start, so I checked my mentor's page, so going back like her to her old post and stuff, so I can see how she started. And then also I've been looking at others in the same business, so the way I think they all were like me. So I realized they all were like me. They didn't have anything, like they didn't do any public like going on live or anything when they first started, or in their the personal profiles. So I thought, I don't have to be an influencer to start this. If you can reach to the right audience, so then that's how we can build our business, right? So if you doing, like if you someone that keep posting things and you get likes and the followers, but it's kind of having a social community. But if you're doing a business, it's not so, it's not you posting a content and getting a like of a follower. They're not really potential customers.
Mhm.
To get that customer base, you have to be different. It's not something posting something funny or something like that, but you have to target the potential uh, uh, the followers, like who are interested, like who has the real interest in this. So when you start, I've so before I start, they've never gone live, as I said. So slowly I get used to that, going on live and doing videos. So it's like talking. So first I'm like, oh my god, and I'm writing something. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. This is how I'm gonna do the video today. So trying to keep it in my mind. Okay, because I want to speak to uh, the camera. I didn't want to look somewhere and so I'm like, how I'm gonna do this. But you learn uh, as you go. You'll outcome that fear, and then no matter like if maybe you're going on live, no one watching that, but doesn't matter, you're creating that valuable content and it will be there. You can repost it, or because it's going to delete in 30 days, but you can repost it and then let your audience watch it later. But so when I first did the live, so no one was watching the live. But after that, I can see, oh, 100 views, 150 views, and then, oh, so people are watching it, right? Even after. So I thought, oh, okay, this is good. And then no one said anything like, any no bad comments or anything. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. So yeah, when you start doing it, you'll build that confidence, and you get there.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I do relate to you, like you mentioned, about the life. Because me too, I work in the movie industry, but I don't like to be in front of the camera. So when I started this journey, like that was one of the things that I have to overcome, getting out of my comfort zone, and I started kind of like you, I started recording, and then getting used to that, and then eventually I was able to push that live button, and it was scary every time that I press it, but then I got used to see myself, and I was okay for me, if no one was watching me.
Yeah.
But one night, it was late at night, and I was doing this 10 days go live challenge, and I had to do my challenge before the end of the night. So it was like 11, was 11 at night, before midnight. So I go in and I do my live, and I prepare everything, and as I'm doing my live, I see someone is watching me, and that was the first time, and I was like, oh no, someone is watching me. So I totally forgot what I was going to say, and I tried to improvise. So that was my first experience, having someone watching me. But yeah, like at the beginning, like when we do, we don't get any views,
Yeah.
because no one's know us. We are trying to build our business page, but as you do and more and more, people start um to pop in and watch your live, and that's how you start getting that followers. And I love what you say, you don't need to be an influencer to be able to do this business, um because it's really about posting. We all start from 0 followers when we start this business, and then we grow our followers by creating, be consistent in our business page, posting every day, and then people will relate to our content, to what we post. So um, if you post anything, like you were mentioning, like good morning, good afternoon, you might get followers, but those, like you mentioned, those are not potential
Yeah.
followers that you're looking for. So you have to make sure that you are very, um, pay attention to what you really post, because you want to be able to connect with the right people. So thank you for sharing that. So for those who are listening and you want to take into this entrepreneurship, yeah, that's a tip for you. You have to post, really think about what you're gonna post, because that's how people are gonna connect. And usually we say, you will post things that are like your interests, what you like, because you want to be attracting people that are like you, so that way it's easier for them to connect with you. So thank you for sharing that. What else? And about fear. If we're talking about fear, I think fear is it's a good thing. A lot of people think it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing, because fear pushes you to get out of your comfort zone, because fear is like that thin line between staying in that fear, and getting that, staying in that comfort zone, or pushing you to go to the other side and overcome that fear. So it's fear is that thin line that pushes to go to the success, in this case for us, in the online business. And fear doesn't go away. Because I can give you an example. For me, for example, I've been doing lives now for a while, but when I started, my heart was like pumping so fast, every time that we went live, because I was so nervous and I didn't know what to say, and I was mumbling when I was talking. But the more I started to do it, is you start to get better and better. But once in a while, okay, um that fear will come up, and then I will be like at the beginning. But the difference is that in order to overcome fear, you have to take action. So as soon as I go live, I do have that fear at the beginning, but then as I go through my life, the fear, the that fear start to disappear, and then I'm okay again. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fear doesn't go away. Fear is always there, and it's gonna challenge you to try to push you, to keep growing, because really fear is allow you to grow as a person. But you really have to overcome that fear. So you gotta push yourself to stay out of the comfort zone. So thank you so much for sharing that. uh, it's a good example, and we all related to that, to for the life. I mean, live to do lives is not mandatory. It's optional to everyone. We do have something that is called faceless marketing, where you don't have to show your face, but like, it's a decision for everyone. Like, I decided to do it because I wanted to be able to connect with the audience, and I think that's probably the same for Amanda. So that's the reason why we are doing it. And at the same time, you're getting out of that comfort zone, because if you keep staying in that comfort zone, you're not going to grow. So um this will allow you to keep growing, because you never know, you might be a leader in the future, you might be like on the next Tony Robbins, in the future. So you never know. So this is the way to practice. Everyone started being a beginner, you know so if you look back, the ones, like for example, if you look back, Tony Robbins, when he started, he wasn't the Tony Robbins that he is today. But that's part of our journey. We always tend to look to just the success of the people, but we don't look how they took them to get to where they are today. So this is just an inspiration. So you can be the next leader, uh on like Tony Robbins in the future. So just be inspired. Okay, so next question for you. All right. So you often talk about wanting slow mornings, school runs, and freedom without burnout. Can you give us a real example of how your digital business has helped you reclaim time or experience a moment you would have missed in your old routine?
Yeah. So, I'll talk in perspective of a migrant. So, so when we first came here to survive in a country like this with your family and being a student, and and you have limited working hours, even though after your studies you have full working rights, but still to survive in a country like this, uh, two incomes not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, normal incomes, unless you earn a really lot. But I don't think like we have, when we move to migrate to another country, we have to start from the bottom. We don't have anyone to help here. We don't have family. So it's just us. So there were times that I had to do two jobs, and my husband had to do two jobs. And I think I remember at the beginning, I even did three because I didn't have a full time first. So I had to do like 3 part-times. So that's how we started. That was long time ago, but still,
Mm-hmm.
So and I have seen people, seen families. So when husband comes in, wife goes out for the job, and they don't have time even to talk. So hand over the keys, she goes out, or the other way.
Yeah.
So this, and also working in the weekends. I used to work in the weekends, and I sometimes I did night shifts. So you're missing all the moments. I mean, time with your kids, obviously, because you do night shift and you come home and you can't stay awake. You obviously need to sleep while they're awake. So you can't help with their stuff. Sometimes you can't help with their homework and stuff. So there are a lot of things that you can miss if you try to learn someone. So because the let's yeah, I'll say it like this. So some people think, okay, oh, this is a digital business online thing, so we cannot really rely, we cannot trust, but I rather find another job to get that extra income, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't think about the time that they have to sacrifice to get that second job. You have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice that time, your weekends, your afternoons, your nights, and everything. So you're missing a lot. But when you have something to yourself, your own business, that's totally up to you. You can do this while you're sitting with your kids, while you're sitting, like helping out them, like helping them out for their homework or whatever, or while you're out with them, while you're out for shopping, while you're on holiday. So you stay present with them, and but still you can run the business. But if you ever think, oh, I rather do another job than getting into something like this, have you ever thought about the time that you're gonna miss?
Mm-hmm.
And also, still, if you get a second job to earn an extra, and then that's a limit. There's a limit too. So there's it's not unlimited. So let's say 10 hours, extra 15 hours. Still, it's limited. But you have this as a side hustle, and with no limits, you have the potential. It's not quick rich business, but you have your own business that you can run how you want. Like you build it how you want. That's totally up to you. There are no restrictions. There's like you don't have to do this, like let's say there are different ways you learn. You get a really good video based training, so you will learn how to do. There are different methods that you can do. You don't have to sit in front of a computer and stay there the whole like half a day or anything. Just 1 or 2 hours will do, maybe less, if you are really into it and you follow the trainings, like you follow all the trainings. Maybe like 1 hour, 1.5 will do for the whole day, right? So people go everywhere these days that they even take their so you go to the washroom, you take your phone and then scroll whatever they like, maybe just random stuff, but you can put that time into your business. So
Yeah.
it's not extra time. So people think, oh, I'm busy, I can't do this. But however, like how busy, no matter how busy we are, we still have time to scroll our phone, right? Check social media and things like that. So why can't you spend that time on your own business?
Mm-hmm.
So that's that's how you can still present with your family and give your time for them, but still you're building your own business. So you can have like you don't have to have specific time for this. That's the beauty of this business. It's flexible. You can do it from anywhere. Even sometimes like while I'm on my lunch break, I quickly check my the messages and reply to them and things like that. You don't have to have a specific time. So so in that case, like So I won't miss anything. I mean, miss my special moments, my kids' special things anymore, because I don't have to be somewhere to work someone to earn more. I have my own business. I can do it whenever I can, whenever I have time. So I have that freedom to be with my family now without sacrificing my time for someone else's
Yeah.
business, you know. So to yeah.
Thank you
So
for
yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I love what you mentioned because like the example that you gave about like some people go like the father will come in and then the mother will go out. And yeah, I know like a friend of mine, but that was one of the reasons, what she started this online business was because that's what was happening in her family. One of the parents will always stay with the kids, while the other one was working. And then her daughter was always asking her, Mom, how come is it that, when you come in, dad is leaving and vice versa, and she was
Mm,
always asking her that. And then until, she said, like, gotta do something because, I can continue, we can continue like this. Like they didn't have family time together because there's only one parent with them, so that's when she decided to start this online business so they can be more, together, so she was able to reduce the hours, and that way, she can do, part-time hours, and then, be more present with their kids. So that's just one example, and I love the other one that you mentioned, um, instead of having another second job and spending those hours there and missing your kids milestone, why you don't do this online business that gives you that flexibility, instead of you attached to the business hours from the business. Why you don't have this side hustle, this plan B, that is a business that adapts to your schedule and not the other way around, and like you mentioned, you can fit it in any time pocket during your day. Like you say, like if you're at lunch, you can watch it on your lunch and do your training, um or late at night when the kids are sleeping, you can do, like 30 minutes or 1 hour, of training. And then so it is feasible. It's a little bit of sacrifice at the beginning because you have to learn the business. But if you give me this, and instead of like me working two jobs, that I probably will have to do that for the rest of my life until I retire. I rather do this, and sacrifice a little bit, for 3 to 5 years. But I know that when I reach my 5 years, I'm gonna be making way more than what I'm making, doing two jobs and sacrificing my time, sacrificing, for example, for you, the time to be able to be with your kids, not missing any milestones, so um and like you mentioned, the scalability of this business, it's big, you're gonna be working two jobs and those salaries are gonna be the same. Nothing's gonna change for a couple of years, and if it changes, it's a few pennies,
yeah.
or a dollar if you get but lucky, but it's usually just pennies. um but instead, this business, yes, it starts small at the beginning, but it keeps growing and growing and growing. And that's the beauty of this business. So eventually, this plan B that you started on the side is going to surpass your income that you're doing. So it is worth it more to invest in a plan B, in this side hustle, as a second source of income, than to actually do a second job, to be able to make the ends meet. So yeah, so this is a good option, especially for parents, that want to be present for their kids. This is the best online business opportunity. And this online business opportunity has a lot of potential, and has a lot of benefits, that we mentioned before, like working on your mindset, getting that self confidence, getting out of your comfort zone. You're like growing as a person, and you have that self development. You have the legacy that you're going to leave to your kids with this business, because you can pass this business to your kids. But also the other legacy, that your kids are watching you, and they're seeing, if my mom was able to get out of her comfort zone, or my mom was able to do lives, things that she wasn't able to do it before, so can I. If she goes for her dreams, so can I. So you're an inspiration to them. So that's the other legacy that you're leaving to them. Um, we do have another comment here from Lavani Ranatunga. She say, "Hello, ladies. Thank you for a great insight." Thank you for your comment. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Lavani. She's
Uh,
part of our community.
yes, she also say, "Hello, ladies, watching from Melbourne. Thank you for watching." Um, so yeah, so it's really, like a lot of things that we get. But well, at the beginning, we always thinking about the financial part of it. But once we are inside, we realize that, there's so much. And the other thing that, I was talking with another guest earlier, is that through this journey, because, it's a journey of ups and downs, it's not a straight line. um, you are finding yourself, you know, you are finding, the things uh, that you love, that you didn't know that you love, or things that you didn't know that you might like, and then you're liking it now. um, or things that you thought that you were not capable of doing it, and now you
Mhm.
are capable. So there's a lot of things, so for those who say that, I don't have time, yes, there is time. There is time, there's 24 hours, and this business adapt to your schedule. So you can fit any small pocket, and like you mentioned, you can do from 30 minutes to 2 hours. It doesn't require that much to be able to do this business, and you can take advantage of the automated tools. Like you can schedule your posts ahead of time, so that way, you don't have to spend time every day to do your posting. So there's a lot of tools there to save you time, and that's why we're doing this business, to be able to have that time, and to be able to build that financial independence that we are looking for. So thank you for sharing all that. um, yeah, there's a lot of people who relate to that, like the example I say
Yeah,
before of my friend. She was one of them, you know so
exactly.
thank you for sharing that. So we have arrived to the end of our live. So we want to say thank you to
Mhm.
all our viewers that have watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. And for those who doesn't follow us, you can follow us. You can follow it up here, and where they can follow you on your business page is Amanda.
It's Unstoppable with Amanda J.
Yes, Unstoppable with
That's the
Amanda.
Facebook. Yes,
Yes. Yeah, so you can follow Amanda on Unstoppable.
with Amanda J
With
on
Amanda.
Facebook.
Yes. So, and that way you get to know us a little bit more, who we are and what type of content we put in our pages, and more information about the business. Now, if you're watching us from YouTube, um, and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell to get notified, when we post new content and when we go in live, so that way you don't miss any information about this, and you keep learning, because we have lives about teaching you some behind the scenes of an online business owner, and also, some tips, for the that you can utilize on this online entrepreneurship, so you don't do the same mistakes that we do, at the beginning. So, and
Yeah.
also learning about our story too. So yeah, so and you learn about this online business opportunity. So if you if you got inspired with Amanda story, her journey, and you relate to her story, and you want to learn, about this online business opportunity, so you have three options that you can do. So first option is you can either put in the comments more info, and that way, we send you more information. Um, the other one is you can send us a private message and we can also connect with you that way, or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which is the same webinar that we have watched and that, our whole community have watched. And that's why, we took that leap of faith to change our lives. So make sure that you watch it completely when you register. So when you register into our website, you need your email and your name, and then we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So on that email, what you will receive, you will have one link for the to register for the live webinar. So that link will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesdays and one for Thursdays in North America, and I think it's Wednesdays and Fridays for New Zealand.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
what day?
Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Wednesdays and Thursdays. At what time?
I think it's 12, as I remember. Yeah, 12 p.m.
12 p.m. Okay. So there you go. So that's how you can register in New Zealand. And then the second link that you get there is to watch the replay. So just in case you cannot attend our live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always watch the replay of the live webinar. So what else? Yeah, we also invite you to our private Facebook group. Sorry, it's a little bit late here. It's almost 1 a.m. here. And what time?
It's
What
almost
time is in
8
New Zealand?
8 p.m. 7:59 p.m.
Yeah. So
Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Yeah.
And here is Saturday. Well, now
Now
it's
it's
Sunday
Sunday.
because
Yeah.
it's 1 a.m. Yeah. So, so we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, what are you going to find out on the webinar? So, on the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So there you go. Now you know what to do. So if you want to learn how to start your online business, or you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, you have those three options that we mentioned before. Either comment more info, or send us a message, or register directly into our website. So saying that, we also want to, is it Father's Day in New Zealand tomorrow?
Sorry, what's that?
Is it Father's Day on New Zealand tomorrow?
No, no, not
No, not on
tomorrow.
New Zealand.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I've seen some other countries they're celebrating tomorrow. Here.
yes, here in Canada and US, we are celebrating Father's Day. Yeah, and there's some other countries too, because I had one.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think it was yesterday. We had someone else that they mentioned that they also celebrating. I think in UK, probably.
All right.
Um, so yeah, so happy Father's Day to all those in Canada and United States, in another part of the world too, if they're celebrating Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of you, and to the single moms too, because they're doing father and mother at the same time. So
Yeah.
happy Father's Day to them too. So hope we wish you, an amazing day with your loved ones tomorrow or today, actually, because it's already
Yeah.
today.
Today.
So yeah, so enjoy your day with your loved ones, and thank you for being a great father to all your kids, and being present on their lives, because that's very important. So we want to wish also a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday. and a happy and blessed week ahead for everyone. So thank you again for everyone for being here with us today. And of course, we want to say thank you to our guest, Amanda, for
Thank you,
taking
Sandy.
yes,
Yeah,
for
thank you so
taking.
much for inviting me today. I'm
Thank you so
really
much, Amanda.
grateful. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, because you took some time of your day to spend with us, and sharing your journey and stories. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Um, so yeah, so that's the end of our live for today. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Well, yeah, for Monday, because we're already Sunday. So stay tuned for Monday for another topic and another guest. So thank you everyone for being here. God bless you all, and thank you for watching. Bye
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye.